Hey, sis. Hey, how you doing, sis? What's your name?
Lisa?
Lisa. How you doing? Abishai. Nice to meet you. All right, what was your questions again?
Well, they just brought me up here and telling me about the slavery and the
Right.
12 tribes.
Okay, yeah. Let's see who we are in the Bible. Because right now, what's your nationality according to the Bible? Or what do you call yourself right now?
Black American.
Black American. Can we find Black American in the Bible? No, we can't. It's not in there, right? So we got to go in the Bible and find out who are you biblically? Who are we biblically? Everybody in these projects, who are we? What is our nationality? What does God call us, right, in the Bible? Let's get Deuteronomy 1 verse 1. Are you familiar with the Bible at all? Are you familiar with anything in the Bible?
It's been a while, but it's been a while.
So let me ask you this. Are you familiar with Moses when he led the children of Israel out of Egypt?
Yeah.
All right, so they went through the Red Sea, right? So now they're going into the wilderness, and we're going to start from that point on, right? All right, let's see who these people are. And when we get done, I want you to tell me who they are, all right? Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Now, did it say these be the words Moses spake to all African Americans?
Unto all Israel.
Did it say all blacks?
Unto all Israel.
So the audience is Israel, right? Right. Because at this point, Israel was not a country. Israel, this is a group of people. They were being called Israel because the landmass of Israel was not. This is Deuteronomy. We didn't have a land then, right? So the group of people was called Israel. Keep that in your mind, right? Deuteronomy 28. Give me y'all verse 1, 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Now, Moses is telling these people, if you do what God say, he's going to set you above all the people on the face of the earth, right? He's going to put you above all people, right? Now, let's see. It's a flip side to that. Do you have any children? Right. All right. So if you go home, you tell your children, hey, I want you to clean this room, wash these dishes. I'm going to work. When I come back, this needs to be done. And you come back and it's not done. Are you happy or are you upset? Upset, right? Because you may have told them, if you do this, I'm taking y'all out for ice cream. Right? And you come home, nothing is done. Are you still taking them out for ice cream? No. So this was one of our options. If we do what he say, he's going to put us above everything. Let's go to 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Now here we go. He said, now if you don't want to wash those dishes, clean up your room, read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
So sister, is a curse a good thing? Because remember we read earlier, all these blessings was going to come upon you. So he said, if you don't want to do what I say, all these curses are going to come upon you. So is curses is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a bad thing.
That's bad. That's a bad thing. We can all agree to that. So he said, all these curses are going to come upon you if you don't do what I say. Read.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Now, I'm going to hold up this sign right here, sis. Read that first one.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
All right, so it said cursed we're going to be in the city, right? Well, this is gay city. Are we cursed in the city or are we blessed?
Kind of a little both.
Okay, explain to me how we blessed in gay city.
Well, it's good to have a place to be, but the conditions could be a lot better.
Can you come a little closer? Because I can't hear you. Come a little closer.
It's blessed to have a place to live, but the conditions could be a lot better.
Okay, so you just glad that we got a building over a roof over your head, right?
Yeah.
But for the living conditions, we are cursed as a people, right? Because we was talking to a couple of officers. They said 4 people got shot right here on this corner not too long ago, right? 4 people. Now there's nowhere to live. You got children out here. You got women out here. Young adults, men. We got everybody out here. Old people. And people just shooting and killing each other right here in broad daylight, right? All right, read on.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Now, look at this picture right here, sis. Come here for a minute. Come here for 1 second. Look at this. Now, who's cursed in the field? Look at the field. What group of people was cursed in the field?
Black people.
Right, the so-called black man, right? Who was cursed in the field. So these are, we just at 2 curses, right? We're gonna get some more. Let's get some more. Give me 42.
Verse 42. All that 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
So we be what?
Till thou be destroyed.
God said we was gonna be destroyed. You know how we was gonna be destroyed? In Christianity, we're gonna start celebrating Christmas.
Right.
We're gonna start celebrating our birthdays.
Right.
We're gonna start calling each other African American, black. Hey, what up, nigga? We call each other niggas as a derogatory name. That's how we destroyed. We destroyed as a people. Read on.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments, and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder.
Now, he said, now these group of people, these curses are going to be on these people for a sign and a wonder. So how do I know that that's the grocery store right there? That store right there. How do I know that? Because of what?
I don't know.
It's a sign. It's a sign up there, right, that says grocery store. So I know that's the grocery store. If I go to Chevron, I know the Chevron because why? It's going to have Chevron on there. If I go to McDonald's, I know it's going to be a McDonald's, right? God said these signs and these curses are going to be on this particular group of people, and that's how we're going to identify who these people are, right? Because can we agree that the way we live, right, the way we live, no other nationality live that way? Does the white man live like we do? Does the Asian man live like we do? Right? Does the Arab man live like we do? No. So the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, these curses are going to fall upon this particular group of people. Right now, if we look at the so-called Mexican Americans, right? What happened to their kids at the border? What, you don't know? What was the whole big thing about putting kids in cages? You remember that? When they was deporting kids, put them in cages? Let's see if that's biblical. All right? Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32.
Bring it out.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Now, this goes for us and them as well, because during slavery, was our sons and our daughters given to another people? If you had a child in slavery, could they come and take your baby away from you? Could you do anything about it? Okay, today, we speed it up to today. You got DHR, right? Can they come and take your child? Can you do anything about it? If DHR rolled up and said, we're taking your baby, can you stop them? No, right? It's biblical, read.
And thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
It said your eyes gonna look and fail. I don't know if you ever seen the movie 12 Years a Slave. The sister kids got taken. She was crying. She was on the porch. She was crying for her kids all day long, but it was no might. She couldn't do nothing to get her kids back. Read.
And there shall be no might in thine hand. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
We're going to be always oppressed and crushed. Give me 68. Let's get to the point. How did we get over here? How did we get to America? How did we get to America, sister? You don't know how we got here? Just take a guess. How did we get from the west coast of Africa to the continent, the North American continent? How did we get over here? Exactly, slave trade, right? So, what means of transportation did we use? A boat. What kind of boat? Was it a cruise ship or what? It was a slave ship, a cargo slave ship, right? Let's see. Let's see if that's biblical. Remember, Moses is telling this group of people that these things are going to happen to you if you don't listen to God. These things are going to happen to you. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Okay, let's see what the word Egypt means. Because remember, I told you earlier, I said, remember, they walked out of Egypt. They walked through the Red Sea. He said, the Lord's going to bring you to Egypt again. Let's see what Egypt means, right? Read.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So the word Egypt means bondage. You understand that?
I understand now.
All right, now go back.
And Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
What's Egypt mean? What does the word Egypt mean?
Bondage.
I'm going to bring you into bondage again. Read.
With ships.
With what? What kind of, what you said, sis? How do we get over here? What did God's word say?
With ships.
What is this right here? What are we on right here in these pictures? What is that? Who is that? Who is the cargo on these ships? People. What type of people? That's us. That's us on these cargo slave ships.
Right.
God said it was going to happen. We was going to leave the west coast of Africa and come to Jamaica. We was going to come to Florida. We was going to come to Alabama.
Right.
God told us this was going to happen to us way before it happened. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
And when you leave your home in West Africa, guess what? You're not going to see your homeland no more. Do we ever go back to the west coast of Africa? We don't. We haven't, right? Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So when you get off on them slave ships, it said you're going to be sold to your enemies. Now I know black people don't like that word. We don't like to say the white man is our enemy. God said it. God said you have enemies, black man. You have enemies, black woman. Who sold us? Who? The white man sold us, right? It ain't just the white man either. It's the Arab man, the Chinese man. They all sold us. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen.
For slave man and slave woman. Now, let me ask you a question. Now, what group of people identifies with this? That everything we read, what group of people identifies with this? Come on, sis. I need your help. Come on. Come on. I know you laughing because you got it, right? What you say?
The black man.
And who?
The black woman.
Right. So that makes us what? That makes us what?
Yeah.
Israel. That makes us Israel. If God was calling these group of people Israelites in the Bible, and all these curses gonna happen to them, and it did, today we calling ourselves what? Black American, Afro-American, Negro.
Right.
Give me that heritage, right quick. He said we're gonna lose our heritage, but you always been called Israel.
Right.
We fell away from that. Now what do? We celebrate Christmas. We even think Jesus is white. That's nowhere in the Bible. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Read again.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. Know of his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know.
Remember, who is Israel? You. Just say you. You're Israel, right? It says, God is saying the ox know who his owner is, the ass know how to get home. These are two very dumb animals. So the ox know who owns him, right? The ass, which is a donkey, knows how to get home. You can take it far, far away from home, it's gonna know how to get home.
Right.
What's your name? Lisa, but Lisa what?
The ox know of his owner, and his ass his master's crib. But Israel does
But who?
But Israel.
They say black Americans?
But Israel does not know.
Does not know. Lisa, you don't know. Because why? Slavery destroyed us as a people.
That's right.
It destroyed us. What I ask for next? Deuteronomy 10 and 12. So now you know you Israel, sis. Now you know that you're an Israelite, right? Without a shadow of a doubt. We have proved that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites in the Bible, right? Let's see what we got to do.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
Now Lisa, it's saying, what does God require of you, Lisa? Now you know you Israel, right? What does God require of you to do? What I got to do, God? I know I'm an Israelite now. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
So now you got to start fearing God. Right? Read.
To walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul.
You love God? We finna see. We finna see. Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Let's see. Let's see if we love God. Because our people, the scriptures say our people love to honor God with their lips. Yes. We talk a good game, bro. We can stump up and down the church aisles. We can roll around on the floor.
That's right.
Hey, I love God. I do anything for God. But let's see when we say God said do X, Y, Z. Are you going to do it?
Bring it out.
Let's see. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Now we're talking about you, Lisa. It said the woman should not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. So what? So Lisa, what are you wearing that all these brothers right here got on? What do you think? Just look at your clothing. Look at our clothing. What are you wearing that pertains to us? Come on, come on now, Lisa. Don't lose me now. What'd you say?
A shirt and some pants.
Shirt and pants, right? Okay, shirt and pants. Yeah. Let's deal with the pants part, right? Let's deal with the pants. It said a woman should not wear that's what pertaining to a man. So the pants, right? Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Now, Lisa, should I be wearing a dress? I shouldn't, right? But you see, but men today, they do that willingly, right? They put on dresses.
Right.
Today, young men, young 13, 12 years old, wearing dresses today. God said, do not do that, right? Don't do it. Read.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Is it what?
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So it says a woman should be wearing what? Pants, and a man should be wearing a dress. Because if you're doing that, God said, guess what, Lisa? You are an abomination right now.
That's right.
You're an abomination. Because look at the world right now, right? The world is flipped upside down. You can go and say, I want to be named a it. I want to be named a her. Or I want to be a dog or whatever. Right? God never intended for our people to do that at all. Never. I know we laughing about it, but it's a serious matter, sis. It's very, very serious. Give me an abomination.
Jeremiah chapter 44 and verse 4. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate.
That what?
That I hate.
God said he hate that abominable thing.
Yes.
He hate a woman wearing pants. He hate a man wearing a dress. He hates it. So, what you must do, sis? You say you love God, right? You said you love God. So what, Lisa, what you must do?
I ain't even put on no dress, baby.
What? You ain't gonna do what? Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. Let me get this. What?
I don't know if it'll put on a dress.
Sister said she was not gonna put on a dress. All right, let's see. Give me the other one, Zechariah.
Brother said, what's the Israelites and how do it affect us? Romans 6,
Come here, Romans 6:23. Come here. Come right here, bro. What's your question? All praise. That's a good question. Read.
Romans chapter 6 verse 23. For the wages of sin is death.
That's what's gonna happen, sis. You don't care?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You don't mind? You sure? You good with that?
I'm fine. I'm gonna die anyway.
Okay, we're gonna see. Give me 2nd Ezra 9 and 10. Let's see. Give me 2nd Ezra. Sister said she's gonna die anyway, and she don't mind. Right? That's state of our people. But the sister said she loved God. Let's see what God gonna say about this. Because you're thinking about a physical death, sis. You think about going home, laying in your bed, going to sleep and die. And you peaceful, right? You gonna get away. I'm done wearing my pants. Oh, let's see what we got. Let's see what God got a bunch of tricks up his bag. Let's see what he got.
2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, read that again, sis.
For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
It says, Sister Lisa, you have received benefits, but you ain't known God. You received benefits, you ain't known God. Read.
And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty.
Well, it said those who hated my law, that means you hated wearing a dress. You hated wearing a dress. Why are you shaking your head? I'm just reading the Bible. I'm just reading the Bible. Read it again.
And they that have loathed my law.
They that hated wearing a dress, read.
While they had yet liberty.
While you have let yet liberty and grace to walk around here and say that you don't want to do it. Okay, we're finna read. We're going to read. You don't have to put it on. Read.
And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them.
When we read the scriptures to you, and you said, I don't want to pray of address, a place of repentance was open unto you. It's open, right? Read.
Understood not, but despised it.
Y'all, you despised it, right? We're pretty accurate in what we read and what we just saw. Everybody witnessed what we just saw. Sister, you knew you was an Israelite. What you didn't say what? You said you didn't want to wear a dress. What's the difference? Oh, what's the difference? You say you're not going to wear a dress, or if coming from me, I'm saying you're not going to wear a dress. Okay. Tomato, tomato. You're not going to wear a dress. Right? Read.
The same must know it after death.
Wait a minute. This is for you. This is for you.
The same must know it after death.
So when you go home and you say you good, everybody got to die. When you go home and lay in your bed and peacefully go to sleep, God said you're going to know it after death.
Right.
So when you go home and lay down and fall asleep and die, if that happens to you, Lord forbid, but if it happens, he said you're going to know it after that. So we ain't talking about a physical death here. This is not a physical death. Read on.
The same must know it after death by pain.
Whoa, did it say feeling good?
By pain.
No, man, come on, bro. You mean to tell me I could do what I want to right here on earth and I can die and I'm good?
By pain.
Does pain feel good? Pain don't feel good, especially God's pain. It's really gonna hurt. It's really gonna hurt, sis. So it's your choice. Give me that Zephaniah real quick. Zechariah. You said what? Hey, sis, hey, all we can do is give you the word, sis. If you want to not adhere to the word, then it's death waiting for you. Our job is done. We gave it to you. If you don't want to hear it, our job is done, sis. You enjoy this life because after death, you're going to be in pain. Read.
Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
It said it shall come to pass, meaning it has not happened yet. It shall come to pass. Read.
That I will punish the princes.
Did he say he gonna pat him on the back?
I will punish the princes.
He gonna punish you, princess. He's gonna punish you. Read.
And the king's children. And all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
They are what? Wait a minute. Did it say, wait. Read that part again, because I don't think she heard what it just read. Read it.
And all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Wearing pants is strange apparel to a woman. I'm trying to tell you, sis, you need to put on a dress. That's what God is telling you to do. You don't know God. Let's see how we know God. Okay, let's see how we know God right quick. You know what I want.
1 John chapter 3 and verse, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Wait a minute, come here, sis. I'm finished up. This is how we know God. You say you know God. Let's see.
And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
Sis, you got to start keeping the commandments. Don't get offended by the word of God, sis. Don't let your pride get you
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.